Just wanted to take a few minutes to talk about, I know, an issue that is getting a lot of attention in the media and that has been discussed at great lengths in our community and has raised great concerns within our community, and that is Senate Bill 4 and where we're at with that right now. Everyone's aware of what occurred overnight and early this morning with the passage of the language that is currently in Senate Bill 4. And I just wanted to reiterate some of the concerns that we've already put out to the community about language within Senate Bill 4. We still have concerns with language that in the current form will not allow police chiefs or sheriffs to discourage their officers from asking the immigration status of an individual who has been detained. We have had police chiefs from across the state either speak at the legislature or send letters to the legislature expressing their concerns with some of this language that has been in Senate Bill 4. I am not opposed, nor will you find other chiefs opposed to asking those questions about immigration status upon an arrest, because we would then have a criminal offense that has been committed, and those are questions we need to ask to understand whether we would need to talk with a consulate office, and we would need to let the jail in which we book know that information as well. But to have this be a question that is asked during a detention is not something that I support or I think adds value to the community or makes a community any more safe. Because regardless of how that individual that we have stopped answers the question, it does not afford our officers any additional authority to take any action. And so all it could do is stand to create a wedge between police departments and their communities if it is seen that we are an arm of immigration enforcement. So that language is concerning in the bill. We have made that known to the legislatures. We have testified, we have sent letters, and again, we are concerned with that provision. There is also a provision in the bill that still has language that says police departments will be expected to cooperate with immigration enforcement. Again, not knowing what level of cooperation is expected within the bill is a concern. I think both of these provisions usurp the authority of police chiefs and sheriffs to direct their agencies, the activities of their agencies, in the direction that we best understand from the feedback we get from our communities, from the crime patterns, the crime trends, the crime data that we collect. We know where we need to place our officers. We know what initiatives we need to focus on. We know where we need to put our limited resources to keep our community safe, especially coming on the heels of an 11% increase in violent crime in Austin last year. We need all of our officers focused on violent crime and keeping the community safe, not focused on someone's immigration status. We will cooperate with federal officials. We do cooperate with federal officials, including ICE, if there is a criminal nexus to the conduct. We have and we will continue to do that. I do not see the need to bring local law enforcement into the front lines of asking these questions during detentions. I think that we will create situations where the trust we've worked so hard to build can be eroded. I think that we will see trust that we have built deteriorate to an extent. We will have folks that may be concerned to come forward and report their victimization or report being a witness to a crime, because we're going to start to blur that line of whether or not we are working with ICE on the civil side of enforcing immigration law. We are focused on the criminal side. I would request, I would ask, I would remind the immigrant community here in Austin that the Austin Police Department is focused on your safety, as we are every other resident in our city. We are focused on keeping you safe along with the rest of our city safe. And I want you to still see the uniform that we wear, this patch, this badge, as representing men and women who are committed to your safety and the welfare of our entire community. I have concerns that the bill as written will erode some of this trust, and if it makes this one segment of our community less safe, it will make our entire community less safe. There is still time for changes to be made to this bill as it passes through, and I hope that the legislature will take the concerns of police chiefs and sheriffs from across this state, men and women that have led their agencies and been in the profession for decades. I hope they will take the information we've given them, our opinions and our thoughts on this matter, into consideration in these final hours as they work towards concluding this bill, and look at some of the language that we're expressing this concern on and realize that there is no need for it in the bill and that it has the strong likelihood of making our communities less safe.